Littleton Coin Company is ringing in the holiday season with daily deals. Visit littletoncoin.com for at least 15% off select products now through November 28th. Save on your favorite coins, such as Morgan Silver Dollars, Kennedy Half Dollars, commemorative quarters, and much more. But hurry, each day offers a new deal you don't want to miss. Visit us now at littletoncoin.com. That's littletoncoin.com. Littleton Coin Company, serving collectors since 1945.
Pro football player Travis Kelce is pressed for time during the football season. So he does two things at once. Whether it's grilling while mowing.
Two things at once!
Or getting this season's updated COVID-19 shot at the same visit as his flu shot.
Two things at once.
You can be like Travis and ask your pharmacist about getting this season's COVID-19 shot at the same visit as your flu shot, if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Thanks for tuning into our podcast. We love having you here, and it's our mission to bring you all the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going to show you how. Now, let's get started.
This episode is powered by Poddex.
Thank you for tuning in today. You are now listening to That Will Never Work podcast with your host, Maurice Chisholm.
Hey, everyone. How are you today? We spoke about in the last episode about going over your notes and understanding what it means to reach out and find out what your goals and dreams are. Is it too late to achieve them? Which we determine is never too late, right? So as you are taking a look at your desired goals, your desired dreams, and you determine what stopped you in the beginning of getting to that point. For some of us, it was something that sometimes we don't take real good advantage of. Sometimes we think that we have so much of it that we're not good managers for it or of it. And a lot of times we'll say, you know what, we'll get to that later. You know, we will revisit that at another time or another situation. I need to handle this right now, right here. And so I can sit here and tell you that for myself, you know, I have not been a great manager of it also. That is time. And one of the things that I realized that because I was focused on family, I'm like, hey, you know what? I can get to that a little bit later. Well, what happens in that is that how long does that prolong your desired outcome? And will you be able to enjoy it the way you would like to? Now, again, I'm going back to school. I was going to school early on when the kids were in school. They were in elementary and middle school. I was out by the time my daughter had gotten to high school. So I wanted to focus on them. Now, here's the thing. I didn't want to lose time with them. I did not want to take away their experiences because I was too busy for them. So I feel like I managed my time pretty well and focusing on what was most important. More especially the challenges that both my son and daughter experienced in high school. You know, it's growing pains, being teenagers. Going to their, games, having fun with them when they were acting or part of other organizations and cheering them on. Whatever it was they were a part of, I had decided that I wanted to make best use of my time then. But also there was a part of me that said, as I re-enrolled this year, that I could have taken my wife's suggestions here and there about, instead of taking on like a full roster, why don't you take a class here and there? You can still slow walk it, but take a class here and there, so forth and so on. So what I had done, I didn't take a actual school class. I was taking other classes, such as, like I said, certifications, as such as seminars and workshops, those type of things, and not taking the time to say, let me go back to school, being university school. I'm always in a learning position, but I felt like I had time to get it done. Now, some 6-7 years later, now, granted, and I say 6-7 years because my daughter is now a senior in college. And so, and I stopped, like I said, right before she had gone into high school. So now it's time for me to reflect, focus in on myself, and understand what are my ultimate goals are. It's never too late, but have I missed out on certain situations? Did I use my time wisely? And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't feel like I have. I personally do not. Because I feel like it was best used now for me to go and find out what is going on in the world, with the world changing, what's happening with these young people, and being able to encourage them to say, hey, you know what? Just because the road looks bleak, it's not as bleak as you think. So I find myself being able to mentor as I am going back to school, this next generation of individuals. And just so happened they are my own kids' age. So for myself, I don't feel like I used time incorrectly today. A couple of years ago, yes. I would say I was really down about it. I'm like, hey, I'm not getting to what I need to do, whatever else. But now that I'm back in, I see where my value lies in coaching and inspiring and letting people know, no matter the age, that you can still do it. What is it for you? How are you utilizing your time? How are you utilizing that energy that makes you feel as though you are wasting time? Are you encouraged by it? Are you distraught by it? Are you feeling down about it? How are you feeling? I encourage you to feel good about it. Because again, if you're listening to this episode, you should feel good and inspired to say, I can still do it. I can still make it. That's the key of knowing that somebody out there is saying to you, I can still get it done. And a lot of times our influences are not by the individuals that you would consider otherwise. It could be someone that you'd be like, wow, where did that person come from? So I may not be the one that's inspiring you today. It could be someone else. It could have been someone at the supermarket yesterday. It could have been someone at the barbershop last week, or the beauty salon 2 weeks ago. It could be someone that that just walked past your steps and just said good morning. Sometimes our inspiration, our drive comes from unexpected situations. My kids said to me earlier this year, when I was thinking about going back to school, they said, Dad, you can do it. I did not expect to hear that from them. And so I applied to school and was accepted, and now I am back. And one of the things I have learned by being in school and with them being, while they're away in college, how much time I have and what's the best way to use that time that I have, quote unquote, regained. I have regained some time. So what is the best way for you to utilize the time that you have? Some of you out there are still raising kids, being that they're still in the house with you, because I don't think raising kids ever stop. So, or raising our children. And children does not always mean birth children. It means anyone that you have influenced. So, as you are utilizing your time, just make sure that you're using it wisely. And don't feel bad because time has passed. Because we could feel like we've wasted a lot of time. And maybe it's just not our time to make that thing happen. I just want you to be encouraged today.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, oh, sorry. We were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right. ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.